Morning guys, Joe here bright and early at the store. Welcome to T&D Video Games. We got a lot of restock to get through today, a few client orders, anticipating not the busiest day. It's been raining for the last few days here, and there's another video game convention in town that will have a lot of video game vendors at it, so we'll see how the day goes. So we're gonna get to that restock and get to pulling some client orders. Okay, and just to highlight all of the restock we have, so these are all items that have sold over the last 2 weeks, and luckily we did have a lot of this stuff in our storage unit to restock the store. So always good to have a healthy overstock. Lots of stuff here, and then we have all these consoles here. So another 360, PS2, Dreamcast, big bundle Mario Kart. Actually interesting that we had 2 of those. So we're gonna get all this on the shelf and then start pulling client requests. Okay guys, just about to pull some client orders and kind of wanted to show you how we track that. So Dave, being a teacher, very organized, much more organized than myself.
It's true.
And he will pull all of our messages for the week and put this list together. So as you can see, he kind of tells me who's looking for what platform they've messaged us on, so I know where to get back to them and what they're looking for. So we're going to go through this list. Pretty short for this week, so very manageable, but we'll get some pictures together and get back to everyone ASAP. We have someone looking for the black Wii, and it comes with a Wii Motion Plus controller and both the Wii Sports games, so really hard bundle to get complete. We have it priced relatively cheap compared to what I'm seeing online. Again, we don't pay a lot for these as there's just not a lot of demand for them in our market, and they take up a lot of space. So I had to pull it from up there, and it's actually in front of something else. So again, got to price it accordingly to make it attractive to sell. Next up, we have someone looking for the Lion King for the Genesis. So pretty much always have that game. Great game. I know that one level where you're swinging through the jungle is pretty difficult, and a lot of childhood nightmares were made from that level, but overall pretty cool game, really cool graphics. And then Steph, one of our regulars, is looking for this GBA SP case. So just got that in a couple of weeks ago during the outdoor sale. So we'll get back to him and let him know that it's still available. Okay guys, just a quick morning update. Not very busy at all. 0 sales so far, but we did have someone come in, had a deal prearranged for some PlayStation stuff. So we'll get that organized and we'll go through it and show you what we got. Okay guys, so just getting that lot organized to take pictures and post online. So thought I'd show you everything that came in. Lots of nice PS3, Aliens vs. Predator. That's one we don't get a lot. And then just lots of quality here, both your Castlevanias, Dead Space games. Good season to play those. Play all the spookers around Halloween. Bunch of Fallout games, Final Fantasies, some Star Wars stuff. Metal Gear Solid HD collection, really hard to get right now. Happy to get that. Don't think we have a copy of that actually. Orange Box, Portal 2, Plants vs. Zombies, and then all your Ratchet and Clank games and the collection for the PS2. So really happy to get those. Those sell extremely well for us. Rayman Origins, great game. And your Sly games there. Spyro, Dawn of the Dragon, another hard one to get. Warhammer Space Marine, that one's become very popular lately. And your 2 Wolfenstein games. And then lots of nice PS1 over here. Loaded. Final Fantasy Tactics, disc only, but great game. Someone can get a deal on that by buying just the disc. And then all your Final Fantasies. Ooh, Chrono Cross in there too. Forgot about Chrono Cross. One of my favorite games of all time. Hot take, I think it's just as good as Chrono Trigger. A lot of people crap on it, but I loved that game when I played it. And then more Final Fantasy over here. So happy to get this in. Lots of great stuff. We're going to get this processed, posted online, and on the shelf. Okay, so just working on that PS3 lot. So we're going to go through all of these and see what's on the shelf and see what needs to go out and what can be added to overstock. Okay guys, so finally got around to processing that PS3 lot. And as you can see here, this is what can actually be added to the shelf that we didn't already have in stock. So when you see posts where we post a pile of games, often they're doubles and triples. So we keep that in mind when we're offering. Luckily, a lot of the value of the collection was in these type of games here that we didn't already have a copy of. Just a quick sales update. We sold the Coleco that we got in last week. So a gentleman came in looking for a Coleco and he was super jazzed that we had one. So that only lasted a week on the shelf, guys. So happy to sell the Coleco and make space for something else. Hey guys, just a quick update. So it's actually picked up towards the beginning of the afternoon. Lots of good sales and a few trades. So I'm going to take you through the trades right now. So just going over some of the trades from today. We got Buffy for the PS2 and a nice Game Boy Color here. Next one, a couple of Wii titles, Obscure and Bully. Need for Speed Underground for the PS2. Zelda Oracle of Ages for Game Boy Color. Dogs, the classic, everyone needs that in their life. And what I believe is a Game Shark for the Game Boy Advance. So never really seen one of those, so we'll do some more research on that. The At Games Genesis Mini, so the less desirable one, but still 81 games built in on that guy. And then your classic NHL hockey and Aladdin and some controller extension cables. So that's the rest of what's come in today. Hey guys, so one thing I wanted to talk about was Dave had been posting some shorts for Super Nintendo games, and one of the games was Contra 3. So he pulled it off the shelf, and we had a lot of comments on the price of that game. People talking about how it was ridiculous to pay $65 for a game like that. Well, we sold a copy last week for $65, and we're now low. I believe we have 2 copies left. So I went and checked it on Pricecharting this morning when I was putting the restock copy into the store, and notice that it's price charting right now at $60 Canadian. So I've actually changed the price to $75 here. Now that price includes our 13% HST. So basically we're charging $66 for the game. Now you may be asking, well, if price charting is 60, why are you charging more? Well, number one, that's a premium game. Very hard for us to get in. When people are culling their collection, that's a game people generally keep. So again, I only have 2 copies, so I'd like to always make sure there's a copy available if someone wants it. The other thing too is, if you look at the screenshot I took from this morning, there were copies selling as high as $68. So again, 60 is the average. For a popular game like Contra 3, we're going to err on the side of above average because it's an above average game that people want. In my opinion, the $66 versus the 60 price charting is pretty fair. The other bonus of buying it from a store, you can have the game right now, you can inspect it. If there's any issues, we're here every Sunday. People can come back. We'll replace your copy if there's any issues with it. There's that, and then also a lot of those price chart listings, they don't have shipping included. So if you're paying $50 to $60 for something, to get something shipped to Canada from the United States, it's going to cost you another $10 to $20 if the seller is charging you full shipping costs, which I'm assuming they probably will, and they'll probably likely mark it up. So just kind of wanted to show you guys how we kind of go about pricing things. So number one, how hard is the game to find? Number two, how many copies do we have? And number three, how often is it selling in the global gaming market? How often does it sell in our local market? So all those factors come into play. So in conclusion, if I have 2 copies left of something that's very popular, yes, I'm going to price it above price charting. And again, our prices do include tax, so it looks a little inflated, but keep in mind, any price tag you see in our store, 13% of that goes right to the Ontario government as soon as we sell the game. So not my idea to have 13% tax in our province, but that's just the way it goes. Thanks for listening, guys. Okay, so I take a quick break from restocking the shelves and putting the new trades up, and I get a text from Dave with all of these numbers, like $70, $90, etc., etc. So he's at a show put on by our friend Brandon, and there's lots of video game vendors there. So I guess he's there spending our hard-earned money while I'm here working my fingers to the bone trying to make us money. So thanks a lot, Dave. I think you've spent more than we've sold today. So thanks a lot, buddy. So another thing Dave rags on me for is that I don't turn on all the TVs that he has gone to the trouble of setting up. So Dave, I thought I'd make you proud of me today. I've got all 3 TVs going at the same time, buddy. Look at that. One TV playing F-Zero. And then we got another one playing Smash Melee. And then the big tube TV playing the OG Smash Brothers. All for you, Dave. Hope you're happy, buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so one thing about today I've noticed is a lot of our green tag items are selling really well. So I've sold a lot of Sega Genesis. I've actually sold quite a bit of Nintendo DS. And these were all games that we had green price stickers on at our outdoor sale and decided to bring back into the store at a discount and leave them on sale. So they're selling well. So very happy we did that, and just happy to see a few of the lower price games move a bit. As you can see here, lots of Genesis, and all around the store, still lots of good deals on those green tags. So snatch them up, guys. Okay, guys, so we have about an hour left to go in the day. It's pretty dead, so just kind of relaxing. And then remember to quote that Dave had mentioned to me once. He said to me, if you have time to lean, you have time to clean.
So smart.
But we're going to use the time wisely and tidy up the store a bit. Disappointed. I was just cleaning up some of the sections. Notice this is still here. I thought Dave was going to take this home with him. I highly recommended this game to him. He, I guess, still doesn't like Sonic. Moral of the story, can't trust him. Don't trust a guy who doesn't like Sonic. Sorry. Getting comfy, getting comfy. Don't worry, Dave. I'll get a second one of these so you can sit right here beside me. Okay, guys, so just wanted to take the time to recap the day. We were pretty steady, busy right up until 5 o'clock after I had just filmed saying it wasn't busy and that I was going to clean up the store. We had regular come in, look around. We started chatting, kind of lost track of time. So still want to recap the day. So overall, it was very slow in the morning, and then as the day went on, it got busier and busier. A few factors at play. One, the weather was terrible. It was pouring rain all day. The Queensway, so the main highway in our city, was closed. They were repairing a bridge, an overpass. So a lot of our customers are from the east end of the city. We're in the west end. And for them, it would have meant detours and extra traffic. So didn't see as many people from the east side of town. And then the third thing was there was a convention, Ottawa Game and Toy Exchange, which Brandon, a good friend of ours, runs. We actually used to do that convention, and then it just got too busy with the store to get the store covered, move inventory to the convention and back. While I was doing my best to sell and make us money, Dave, as mentioned, was sending me text messages itemizing what he was spending. So as I'd look at my phone every 20 minutes or half an hour, and it would just be, dollar amount. So he was at the show buying much faster than I was selling, especially in the morning. But luckily things picked up in the afternoon. Was very happy with the PlayStation stuff that came in and all of the other smaller trades that were sprinkled throughout the day. Then to go over some of the sales that we had, so we sold, as mentioned, a lot of stuff with green stickers on them from our outdoor sale. Sold a lot of loose Genesis, some complete Genesis. We sold quite a few Skylanders. Those were all marked down to $1 or $2 each. We sold quite a bit of Xbox 360. And lots of Nintendo DS games. So again, a bunch of stuff that didn't sell at the outdoor sale. Figured why not bring it in, keep the discounts going, and give everyone an opportunity to save a few bucks. Another thing I noticed too is we sold a lot of loose disc, loose cart stuff where normally people go for complete. We will always take loose stuff in. We can't offer as much for it because we have to obviously sell it less than a complete copy. However, a lot of our regulars have been embracing the loose games. So I should say regulars and new customers too, who are kind of sticker shocked by the price of retro items. A lot of people who just want a game to play are happy to grab just the disc if it's a PlayStation, Xbox game, or just the carts. So I'm noticing we're selling a lot more loose DS. So for the DS, I sold a loose Chrono Trigger and a loose Pokemon Heart Gold. So both great games, both very playable, but both very expensive, especially complete. Happy to get those in the hands of people who just want to play them and they don't have to spend as much for a complete copy. The other notable loose item we sold was Mario Kart Double Dash for the GameCube. So again, pricier title, very playable. A couple came in and they just wanted Mario Kart. Disc copy was way cheaper and would get the job done for them. So they were very happy to save some money and grab the loose copy of that one. Another thing that sold a lot was amiibos. So we recently got some boxed amiibos in, brand new in box, and sold about 3 or 4 of those today. So was surprised to see that many of them sell. Love selling amiibos. They take up a lot of room and we have trouble finding space for them. So happy to help people out with their amiibo collections. The last week that I was in, when I was recapping the sales, I had talked about how I thought that people slept on the OG Xbox. And I had mentioned I sold a copy of Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Well, lo and behold, someone else came in, sold KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2, sold them again. So really popular games. People are starting to come around on the OG Xbox. The other obscure thing we sold was a 3DO controller. So we had someone message us looking for 3DO stuff, and we literally had a controller and a couple of games. And they were able to show up this week and very happy to pick up a controller. I guess they had picked up a system recently, but the controller wasn't working well for them. So glad to help them out. Now they can play some 3DO. Then another sale that I wanted to talk about, we had a gentleman come in, was looking for himself. He actually traded some stuff. He traded a Game Boy and a copy of Buffy the Vampire Slayer for the PS2, and had mentioned that one of his friends had bought a PS3 Super Slim, but was then disappointed that it only came with 12 gigs of flash memory. He actually found in the store, I didn't realize we still had this in the store, he found a white Super Slim PS3 500 gig model. So being the great friend that he is, he picked it up for his buddy. So that's gonna be a surprise for one of his friends. So Peter, you're a great friend. Kudos to you for finding something for your friend. Hopefully that makes them happy. I know 12 gigs isn't a lot. 500 gig is great, especially for PS3. I don't think you'd need much more space than that. Always glad to help people find things that they're looking for. And then the last notable sale of the day, so had a regular Brian shops with us all the time. Always good to see Brian. So he was in the store for about an hour. And one thing I like about Brian is he likes to look at everything, and specifically manuals. So he will grab the manual bin, throw it up on the counter, and he'll go through. So he's always looking for manuals for his collection or looking to help complete his collection. So if he's got a box and a cart, he'll look for the manual to complete it. He'll buy a box to complete what he's looking for. And he picked up a few manuals and really happy about the fact that he found a manual for Spy Hunter for the NES. And he mentioned, I have a cart, I have a box. This helps complete my copy. Really happy to find it. Those manuals were traded in a few weeks ago and they were in mint condition. So happy to help Brian out. Again, thanks for coming by, Brian, especially from 4 to 5 when there's not a lot for me to do and I get really bored. It was nice to chat with you and just help you find what you were looking for. Overall, a great day, and I can't wait to see what Dave picked up at the show. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.